Dog literally just walked in. Say what up, bud. Say what up to the people. Say what up, man. You don't want to say nothing? All right. What up, y'all? Welcome back. CKid Tech here, man. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. This is a channel where I like to talk as well as rap about all things tech. So if that is something you guys are interested in, then definitely make sure you guys go ahead, click on that like button down below, as well as go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Why? Because your boy out here bringing bangers every single week. All right, so what are we talking about in today's video? So September, y'all, has already been a crazy busy month with a ton of new tech being released. So today, let's go ahead and talk about GoPro's new Hero 9. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys, I've never actually owned a GoPro before. Now, I wish I would have bought one when me and my wife went to St. Lucia a little while back, so that way I could have been able to capture some of those dope underwater moments in the ocean. But trust and believe your boy, once we are able to start safely traveling again, I am no doubt gonna be scooping up this one for sure. So GoPro Hero 9 is the latest in GoPro's extensive history of pocket cameras. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, I never actually owned one before in the past, but I really got a feeling that this one will most likely be the first one that I try and pick up and just test out to see how it goes. Now, the first thing that actually jumped out to me in regards to this pocket camera is the front LCD display. Now, this front LCD display, guys, gives you a live preview mode. So that way, whether you guys are filming, pointing the camera out, looking at something else, or if you want to point the camera back, looking at yourself, then you will be able to see that live feed showing right back at you, making sure that, you know, everything in the shot is framed up perfect and looking legit. And I also believe with this front facing display, it makes the perfect vlogging setup if you guys don't want to have to carry around a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, which is like the heavy rig that I'm filming on right now. Now, with this camera, guys, you can now film in 5K, which to me is super dope because that way you're going to be able to get a lot more detail in what you guys are actually filming. Now, you can also record in 4K, 2.7K, 1440p, as well as you can film in 1080p. And let's say that you see something in your video and you want to go ahead and get like a screen grab or frame grab of that, you can actually capture that in 14.7 megapixels, which is also pretty dope as well. Now, when it comes to wanting to shoot footage in slow-mo, you can get 8 times at slow-mo speeds at 240 frames per second in 1080p. Now, when it comes to taking photos on this camera, guys, they have increased it to pro level status quality of 20 megapixels. Now, I already know, guys, 20 megapixels, 15 megapixels, 14, whatever, none of the megapixels really matter. What matters is how does it actually perform. And when I actually get one in house, I'm definitely going to be doing some video testing and different things like that. So that way you guys can get a better picture at what 20 megapixels actually look like. Now, even with that, guys, I'm not going to really expect the same quality of photos that I'm going to get out of a mirrorless or a DSLR camera that I'm filming on right now. But I will say for like photos for Instagram, Twitter, timelines, and different things like that, it will be plenty enough, especially for capturing those planned as well as unplanned action shots that you're trying to capture. And my dog literally just walked in. Say what up, bud. Say what up to the people. Say what up, man. You don't want to say nothing? All right. Now, another cool thing is that they have is detachable lenses that you can now easily just swap them on by just twisting the lens off and twisting the other lens back on. Now, although, guys, this is a cool reality and design, the attachable lenses they are calling the Max Lens Mod is still going to cost you an additional $100 for you guys to be able to scoop up. Now, I still think that this is dope for those people out there that want to be able to get that ultra wide field of view if you don't want to have or use your smartphone or different things like that, because I feel like with the GoPro, it is made to be able to handle a little bit more of extreme conditions. You know, you'd probably rather use a GoPro for those extreme conditions versus taking a chance on damaging your smartphone. You know, there's trade-offs. Now, the GoPro Hero 9 does have an updated Hyper Smooth 3.0 stabilization mode that, from the footage that I've basically been seeing out there, it's actually pretty crazy in how steady it actually is. But I got to circle back around to that mod lens, though, that you guys can buy. Now, in order for you to be able to use that Max Hyper Smooth stabilization feature with the Hero 9, you would need to be recording at no higher than 2.7K resolution at 60 frames per second. Because if you guys want to go any higher than that, you will lose the Max Hyper Smooth stabilization. And I got to say, 2.7K, guys, trust me, is more than enough for good video quality, because honestly, really 1080p is really all you need. I mean, after that, you're good to go. Now, another thing that I read that I thought was interesting with the Hero 9 with the Max Lens mod is that the lens is waterproof, but it is not recommended for underwater usage, which is kind of crazy to think about because they are saying that the image will become distorted. So definitely make sure you guys keep that in mind before you guys purchase this if you plan on doing a bunch of underwater activities. So to me, that basically says that it sounds like it's waterproof enough to be able to handle dropping in water and submerging in water, as well as, you know, handling rain and different things like that, but it is not necessarily used or recommended for usage if you guys are going to be doing filming or taking photos of things underneath water. Which I got to be honest with you guys, I'm kind of a little disappointed in that because I feel like if I spend $100 on top of the already $450 that I get for this camera, I'm expecting to use it in any condition that I want without actually having any drawbacks. But at least GoPro was cool enough to disclose that before anybody actually tried, and then you just go out there and be like, it's trash. Now, something else that I saw before I get into that one feature that I think is a big selling point for me, and I'm gonna get into that a little later in this video, but this feature here is called Time Warp. Now, this is a feature that would allow you guys to be able to record time-lapse videos, as well as you can tap to a speed ramp. That way you can slow down the footage all while recording at the same time. So the fact that you can do all of that while it's in camera and not really having to do a lot of stuff in post-production, I think is actually pretty dope. Now, it also has a hindsight mode that I believe I've seen this on a couple certain smartphones here and there, where it will capture up to 30 seconds of footage before you actually start recording. So that means whatever is happening, when you press the shutter button, it will already have captured up to 30 seconds prior to that. So that way it makes it harder to actually miss those moments or the shot that you're actually trying to get. Now, the one feature that I mentioned about earlier as to why I want to actually try this out, and that is schedule capture mode. Now, I think this is a big selling point for me. So I'm gonna give you a little backstory to this. Now, whenever my wife and I was to travel, we go different places and different things like that, we would have to get up super freaking early to be able to capture time-lapse videos with our smartphone. But the thing that actually sucks about that is sometimes we would get up too late one day, or we'll miss it, or we just too lazy on vacation. We just don't feel like getting up. But with the schedule capture feature, guys, we wouldn't have to worry about even getting up at all. All we would need to do is literally just set a timer on the camera, set it up the night before, and automatically, guys, it will capture what we're trying to capture. Like, I just think that feature alone is just a huge selling point. The fact that I can set up something, schedule time, and it's automatically gonna start recording. Pretty game changing if you ask me. Plus, think about it like this. We would also be able to remain lazy while laying in bed. Now, another cool feature on top of this, guys, is duration capture. Now, this will allow you guys to be able to set a recording limit. So, for example, let's say you're out and about and doing your thing, you're riding a bike or whatever, skateboarding, whatever that you guys do, and you know that you're gonna be riding for about 30 minutes max. So all you guys gotta do is go into the duration capture mode and set it to record for only 30 minutes. Now, some of you guys out there may be saying, well, what is actually the purpose of something like this? I'll tell you. Now, as a person like myself that loves to film, I love to shoot things, there has been several times that I filmed something and forgot to press the stop recording button. So when I put my SD card into my computer and try to transfer that video file over, it is a crazy large video file because I've sat there and legit forgot to turn off the recording, and I've just let my camera just capture just a bunch of wasteful footage. So yeah, I can see this feature definitely coming in clutch, especially if you're doing like active sportswear and different things like that, because you can easily forget that you're recording. And last, before I get into another dope feature that is a selling point for me, is you can do burst photo. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I rarely actually use burst photo when I'm using my smartphone, but I do feel like if you are a person that like to get those jumping in the air shots, then this is going to be an option for you. Now, onto the last feature that interests me is the ability to be able to live stream, or you can actually use this as a webcam as well. Now, you can stream out of Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, which Twitch is the one that sparked my interest since I now game over on Twitch. So if you guys are not following or subscribed to me over on there, then I just want to know what you're doing, because after this video, I need you to head over and click the link in the description and head over there and follow your boy, or even subscribe if you want to support even further. But you can also stream to any other platform that using the RTML URL. Now, also with live streaming feature, you can also use the Hyper Smooth 3.0 stabilization feature that I talked about earlier with it. So that way you can take your live streams to a whole new level. So if you do like extreme biking, or if you just want to do some riding out and about, you don't have to worry about your live stream not being stabilized while you're trying to output that footage out to everybody. And using the 3.5mm audio mic input, you can also plug in an external microphone for getting better voice recordings. So let me know, what do you all think about the GoPro Hero 9? Do you already have one, or were you gonna be like me where this is gonna be your very first one? Either way, guys, I'm excited to scoop this up to try it out in person. And if you guys wanna scoop one up, I'll have a link for it down in the description section below. Let me know also if you guys have any questions. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all in this video right over here. And oh yeah, don't forget, subscribe to my Twitch right now. It's down in the description section below.